guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Glory Okings. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do not forget to click the subscribe button before you leave. Thank you. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the cost of living in Istanbul, Turkey. I'm a student currently living in Istanbul, Turkey, and I've been getting questions about what the cost of living is like, what my rent is like. I'm just going to be sharing with you guys some of the basic bills I pay, but I'm not going to give exact details. I'm just going to share like a general point of view, like an average. So first off, I feel like I have to put this as a disclaimer out there. I am talking based off of my experience, based off of what I pay where I live. It might vary depending on the location you stay, depending on where you live. These prices might vary. I'm not giving you a set price, I'm not giving you a fixed price, I'm just giving you an average of what I usually pay. So I'm currently living in Istanbul, Turkey, but it's far away from like Mecidiköy, Beşiktaş, Kadıköy and stuff. It's like 45 minutes drive away, so try to imagine the difference. All right, I'm going to talk about the housing now. I stay in a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 of my friends, so we are 3 in my apartment. I'm going to be giving you guys the general price. We usually divide everything equally. Every bill that comes, the rent, everything, we divide it equally. So if you want to do the maths and you feel you want to have other housemates, you can do the maths and divide it. All right, for housing, I'm going to be talking about the rent. I stay in a 3+1 and we pay within 3,000 to 3,500, and we are 3, so I pay like 1 part when you divide it into 3. You can find other cheaper houses around this same area or in Beylikdüzü and all that, but this is the price I pay. If you want to stay in a 2+1, you can maybe find for 2,000 to 2,500. Mind you, if it's a new building, it's more expensive. If it's an older building, it's less expensive. If it's like 5 to 10 years old, it's way cheaper than 1 to 2 years old building. The rent in this area is quite affordable for me, I believe, and you can find other places like Beşiktaş where the rent ranges from 4,000 Turkish lira or 3,000 Turkish lira to about 14,000 Turkish lira for a 2+1 in Beşiktaş. So it all varies. In Maslak, you can see for 3,000 to 5,000 or 8,000. It varies. It's based off of what you can afford and what you want. Okay, my electric bill. So my electric bill, I think it's okay because since we are 3 in my apartment and we use our electrics, we do things with the electricity, so our bills usually come within the range of 150 Turkish lira to 200 Turkish lira. I've never gotten a 200 Turkish lira bill, but the highest we've gotten so far in my house is about 197, so you can see the difference. So it all depends on how you use it and how often you use your electricity in your house. So it ranges from 150 to 200. This is for a 3+1. If you live alone, if you live with someone else or one person, it might be cheaper for you, but we are 3 in my house, so you understand. And then the next thing is water and gas, the utility bills basically. Water is actually, I think water might be the cheapest from electricity, water and gas. It might be the cheapest because in my previous apartment we used to pay within the range of 50 Turkish lira to 80 Turkish lira or 100 Turkish lira, and right now I think we pay from around 100 Turkish lira to 150. It just varies and it all depends on how often you use your water. If you're someone that spends 1 hour in the shower, just expect to see your bills at the end of the month, and don't be shocked when you see your bills. I don't know why you're spending 1 hour in the shower, but yeah. The gas also varies depending on the season. For me, I think if your apartment is one that has the general heating system, your gas bill might increase. And also if you use the heater in the house, your bills might be high. During the winter, we used to use our heater very often because it can get cold during the winter in Istanbul, so we were using our heater quite often. There was a month our gas bill came like around 600 Turkish lira, but the general one is between 150 to 200 Turkish lira. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the internet bill. In my house we use Super Online. There are 2 internet providers that I know of, or 3. There's Vodafone, Super Online, and there's Türk Telekom that I know of. I don't know if there are others, I'm sure there are others, but these are the 3 popular ones that I know. And in my apartment we use Super Online. The bill for Super Online is about 90 Turkish lira for the internet we pay for. You can pay for a faster internet. The one I use is fast, I guess, so we pay 90 TL per month. So it depends on the internet provider you use and how much they charge. The final thing under housing that I'm going to talk about is the IDAT. The aidat is the maintenance fee. It's also known as aidat. Depending on the building you live in, most of the time in most Turkish houses, apartments, as long as you live in the buildings where there are other apartments, they would ask you for maintenance fee. If you live in an apartment where they have gym, they have swimming pool, they have the sauna, like in my apartment we have the gym, we have swimming pool, we have sauna, we have a basketball court, we have these facilities where that they offer in the building, so we obviously have to pay for the aidat. And the aidat in my apartment building is 410 Turkish lira, and I think you pay lesser depending on the number of rooms you live in. If you live in a 2+1, you might pay lesser than 410 Turkish lira. It all depends on your building, and this price varies. It's not a fixed price for the aidat, it varies depending on your building. The next thing I'm going to talk about is transportation. All right, I feel like some of you guys might want to ask questions on transportation and all that good stuff. So first off, you need a metro card. You can use it for the trains and tram and all the other good things. Okay, so this is what my metro card looks like. The one I use is a student metro card. I would advise, if you're coming to study in Istanbul, I would advise you to get a student metro card because it's way cheaper than the normal metro card. For example, if you want to use the metro bus or anything and you are using a student's metro bus card, it's probably like 1 lira 29 kurush or 1 lira 50 kurush, I guess. But if you use the normal metro bus card, the last time I checked it was like 5 Turkish lira. So can you see the difference? We're trying to save here, we're not trying to spend money unnecessarily. You need to save your coins. So if you're coming to Istanbul as a student, get your metro card. It's very necessary. Student metro card is important. Using the public transportation is actually a good way to move around because it's very cheap and affordable. But if you're someone who likes the comfort of your space, you don't like being around people, or you just don't want to be around crowded areas, especially in this season, you can use a taxi. Let me break down the whole taxi thing for you. So the taxi meter starts at 5 Turkish lira. Always make sure they reset the meter before they start driving. And if you're not going to a really far place, maybe you're just going 100 meters away and you do not feel like walking, or you're not going so far, and when you get to your destination your bill is less than 13 lira, you're still supposed to pay 13 Turkish lira. It's fixed. You cannot argue that. But then once your bill surpasses 13 Turkish lira wherever you're going to, yeah, you have to pay the fixed amount on the meter. Make sure your taxi driver always uses the meter. Guys, do not use a taxi driver that does not use a meter. He's going to, I don't want to say scam you, but he's gonna scam you, especially when they know you're a foreigner and you're new to the city and you don't know how things work. Now to the next thing, food. Food in Istanbul, I believe, is affordable. I believe food in Turkey generally is affordable. If you're to shop for food at grocery stores, there are like 2 major grocery stores that I know. Carrefour, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, Carrefour or Migros. There are different types of Migros: 5M Migros, Migros, 3M Migros, yeah, Migros. So there are different types of Migros. I usually see Carrefour and Migros. I live close to I don't know if it's a grocery store or a grocery shop but owned by the government. I don't know if it's owned by the government because things are affordable and you can buy things in bulk. It's called Ampa Gross. For my friends and I, when we go grocery shopping for a month in Ampa, we pay about 600 Turkish lira or maybe 700 Turkish lira at most. But we sort of have to, like, you know, buy the vegetables, you know, because we don't buy so much so they don't spoil before the end of the month. So we have to buy like vegetables in small batches. So for grocery shopping monthly, we spend about 600 to 700 Turkish lira. For restaurants, depending on the restaurant you go to, if you go to, like, you know, one of those fancy restaurants in Beşiktaş area, Kadikoy, all those rooftop nice restaurants with a view, just make sure you have your dollars in your account because you're gonna spend the dollars. You're gonna spend the dollar, especially if it's a restaurant that has like a view like sea view, the Bosphorus and all that good stuff. You're going to spend your money. So if you want to go to a fancy restaurant, you can use within maybe like 500 Turkish lira, or maybe let's say like 300 Turkish lira and above. For the other restaurants, you can probably have a meal from maybe 35 Turkish lira and above for like the normal restaurants and like the affordable restaurants. But if you want to go to the fancy places, is above 200 Turkish lira for like maybe a meal and a drink or a cocktail or a fruit juice or something. So yeah, those are the price ranges. You can also order food from Yemek Sepeti. You can see different restaurants that offer different types of food. And maybe for hair and all that good stuff, if you are Nigerian or African or black, there are some African salons you can go to. You can also have them come to your house for home service. So it all varies and it all depends on where you are and who you know and all that good stuff. But I would advise you bring your hair products from your country if you are in the natural hair game business and your hair extensions and all that good stuff, because find them here, they might be ridiculously expensive. Okay, so yes, I've come to the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you also live in Istanbul, Turkey, please let me know if the price range I gave are correct. I hope they are correct and I hope I'm able to help you one way or the other. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye guys.